Another story on What's the Buzz moving on is, do you remember the video of the girl on the plane who said she saw an alien? She was like, that mother effer is not real.
Yeah.
It was a huge thing for a long time.
Yeah.
This girl was in the middle. She freaked out on the plane. Said the guy next to her had like a slits in his eyes, was like blinking like a snake, and he was like, he's not real. He's an alien. And then when she left, she was like distraught, and she was like telling the FBI and the CIA, she was like, "This plane's not gonna make it. I'm gonna sit here and watch it take off because I guarantee you it's gonna."
She got off the plane?
Yeah, she got off the plane. She was like, "I'm not gonna be on this plane."
Oh, wow.
And she was like, "It's gonna explode. Like I'm gonna watch it."
I mean,
like,
no, like I'd be off. If I heard someone talking like that, I'd be like, I'm out. But I hate flying.
because she was
I don't
like, "He's
planes.
not real." Like emotionally super distressed.
Okay.
And so this all happened for the longest time. They finally found out who she was. And then she gave a couple little hints like she wouldn't talk about her. Well, she finally went on a podcast this week and gave her whole story of it.
Okay.
And so in the middle, people were noticing she didn't look like the person. I mean, she looked close to the person on the plane, but not quite the same. And I think some people even did like some forensic analysis and were like her eyes were too far apart technically, or her face was not as tall. Like they found like markers and it didn't match the facial reconstruction, but it looked really close to her. And so she went on the podcast. Megan hates it when I actually tell details on a story.
No, it just is like
you got to get all the details of a story.
Ramble.
Well, anyways, she went on the podcast and they asked her what happened. And she was basically like, "Oh, nothing happened. It was all, we just had an argument and I just wanted to get off the plane."
What?
That was her answer. She was like, "No, I didn't say he was an alien. I didn't say he wasn't real."
She said the plane was like going to blow up and stuff.
And on the way out, she said that he had eyes that were like snakes that were like blinking and all this type of stuff. And then on the podcast of this girl that supposedly is her, but looks like her, but doesn't look like her, but is her, but isn't her, she was like, "Oh no, we just had an argument. I just had a weird blow up and I just wanted to like
that
get
is
off
not
the plane."
the time to have a weird blow up.
Yeah, and she was like, it just wasn't my best self, and like, but it was nothing. I never said any of that stuff. And then obviously the video like proved that she said all this type of stuff. So then now everybody's got a new conspiracy theory that now she's lying because the government doesn't want her to tell the truth.
Ooh, you keep hitting your mic.
Because they're like, well, then why did you say this? Why were you distressed? Why did you do all this? Why did you say he was an alien?
The government took her underground, was like, don't talk.
Exactly. So that's what like half people were like, "I can totally understand how you would do that." And then the other people are like, "Are you guys blind? Do you not see what's happening here?"
Dang, that sucks.
You know me. I love my conspiracy theories.
You do.
What do you think? Do you think it was a conspiracy theory, or do you think she just literally was acting a fool on a plane?
Maybe it's not the same person. Maybe it's someone like impersonating her.
Like you think they just... And then just
Man,
put
I
in...
don't want to say that. That's me.
And then just put in like an actor in her place and was like, "Yeah, you look close enough."
No, I'm going to go with government told her to zip it.
Some people also said, I think she does like marketing and stuff. And so some people think that she did it on purpose to gain a following to get people to market, like for her company.
Oh, does she have her own company?
She's like a marketing company, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, she could have done it for that.
She could have.
Yeah, I don't know.
She could have. All right, last story for What's the Buzz, and then we'll get moving along here. This one is interesting because it's one of Kim and Kourtney Kardashian. They're having a talk at their house.
Okay.
And I thought this was really interesting because it was about how Northwest likes to be with her dad more than Kim.
Okay.
And this has happened a lot. She said this quite a few times, but this was the video, so I'll just play it for you.
She'll go to her dad. She'll be like, "Dad is the best. He has it all figured out. He doesn't have a nanny. He doesn't have a chef. He doesn't have security. He lives in an apartment." And she'll start crying. "Why don't you have an apartment? I can't believe we don't have an apartment." They do that at Scott's too. Like, "Dad has the best house. Your house sucks. He has the best house. It's not super big. The vibe's better." I feel like everything falls on the parent that's like more.
So that was pretty much it. We don't have to go watch the whole thing. I didn't realize it was that long. But so the big thing, first off, what is your take from it? And I'll tell you what people are saying on the internet.
I mean, does Kanye really not have any security? Like, I find that hard to believe.
He probably does. but not Kim K level security. Like Kim K probably has like 20 guards around her at all times.
You think?
Yeah.
Why would I think Kanye would have more than her?
I mean, got me.
I don't know.
That's what you got from it though?
Well, it was a thought. Yeah. I think also too that, okay, aside from like the two different households, I think when you have kids that are living through their parents being separated, and I don't know like her situation if they're 50-50 or whatever, but I do think they tend to want to gravitate more towards the person they don't live with majority of the time, because they're intrigued on what that would actually look like if they spent more time with them. But as far as like, I mean, no offense, I would hate being a kid growing up with like all kinds of security around me, and even though it's not even for me, I guess maybe it is for her kids sometimes, but and there's something to be said about living like in a smaller, more cozier environment. Like I'm sure Kim K's house is massive. Like
so in the comments, the big thing that came up that I saw, and I think it was important to know, is that the real difference between the two scenarios is that in Kim's house, apparently they have nannies, they have chefs, they whatever, to a point that even when Kim and Kanye were living together, they had a father nanny so that they could have like a dad and mom figure.
What?
Like a dad, a dad nanny, a father nanny, dad nanny.
That is weird.
And so what people are saying is like, it's kids don't, I mean, they do, but they don't care about all of the substance things. They just want a dad or a mom. They just want you to be around. They just want you to have fun with them and play with them and talk with them and do everything. And so what it seems that people are bringing up is they're like, Kanye probably actually hangs out with them and talks with them and makes music with them and laughs with them and dresses up and does whatever with them.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about Kim. I don't know how she parents or anything, but from what people are saying, it's like the opposite. It's like, I got to go do 100 things. Just hang out with the nannies and hang out with the chef. They'll make you whatever you want, 101 donuts, and we'll buy you 15,000 purses. And if you want to go to this concert, we'll go to there. But I don't have time to be with you.
I mean, I totally get what you're saying, but like, how do these people really know? No one knows.
I mean, her life is everywhere all the time doing whatever. So apparently they have enough knowledge to go off of that.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, honestly, to me, I think that is true. I mean, we see all the time, there's affluent friends that have everything they want to in the world, and their kid can be a piece of crap sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you see people with not a lot and their kids are amazing people.
Yeah.
Because they've been around their parents and their parents love them and care for them and talk to them and try and teach them the lessons and values, instead of just like pawning them off to their
nannies.
Yeah. Which we'll be straight up, when we have kids, if we have kids, we're definitely going to have some nannies. But I would also say that we are going to make an effort to teach them how to be decent human beings and try and have a relationship with them and try and care for them and try and make sure they have growth.
I mean, there's no point in having children if you're just going to have nannies to do your job.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
you can have help if you need help, help, but you're still the mom, you're still the parent.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a kid too, those are very intense bonding years where the kid imprints on the family and the parents, and they really, and if the nanny is that person for the first 5 years, you may lose a lot of that connection with your kid.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. It's crazy. So that's the other big, that's the last feed fix, or that's the last
what's the
buzz story of what's going on in the world today. I mean, there was a lot of other crazy things going on, but we can only pick so many stories to go. But I thought those are some interesting ones to like dive into. But let me know down below. Would you do all nannies all the time? Would you do a mix of both, or no nannies? Or you want to just stay at home mom and just be there from day one? Because I know a lot of stay at home moms that want that. Like they just want to be with their kid all the time.
I know several, and if that's what you want, that's what you want. I
have a lot of friends too that are like, they were a completely different person. And now that they have a kid, like all they want to do is go home and hang out with their kids.
Yeah.
Like that's our favorite thing to do is just go hang out with their kids.
I will not be one of those people, but
You're like, screw the kids.
no, I just don't want to be a stay-at-home mom.
You say that, but the second that she has a kid, I guarantee you she's going to be like, I want to go play dress up. I want to take her here. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Ooh, so we're finally on it's going to be a girl.
We can't choose the baby's gender. I mean, you can, but I think that would be a little too far.